Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news. All right, folks, buckle up because the NFL landscape is shifting once again. And this time, it might be the Green Bay Packers who benefit the most. Rumors are swirling that the New York Giants, currently sitting at a disappointing 4-9, are exploring a bold trade move involving one of the league's most talented edge rushers, Brian Burns. Now I know what you're thinking, Burns to the Packers? That's a game changer, and honestly, it could be. The Giants, facing a serious cap crunch with only about $15 million in cap space, are looking to free up some room. They're considering trading Burns, who's been a disruptor on the edge, in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft and rookie edge Lucas Van Ness, who's been making waves in Green Bay's defense this season. This potential blockbuster move is not just about cap space or draft picks, it's about strategic positioning for both teams. The Giants want to bolster their future, but they're also trying to stay competitive this season. Losing Burns would be a blow, especially since they're allowing around 28 points per game, far too many for a team with playoff ambitions. But the Giants see this as a way to rebuild their cap situation and maybe, just maybe, turn their fortunes around next year. Meanwhile, the Packers, sitting comfortably at 9-3-1, are eyeing this move as a way to escalate their pass rush, which has been already pretty solid, but could use that extra spark to elevate their playoff push. Now, let's talk about Burns himself, because this isn't just about a name or a trade rumor. It's about a player who's been a genuine force on the field. Burns is an incredibly agile edge rusher, with a career total of 58 sacks and 340 pressures up until September 2025. His 2025 season has been particularly impressive, with 11 sacks and a PFF grade of 88. 5, showing he's not only productive but also consistent. His pass rush win rate sits around 22%, which is quite remarkable against NFL offensive lines, and he's forced 4 fumbles so far this season. His EPA per snap, a crucial measure of his efficiency, stands at -0.12, indicating he's making a real impact every time he's on the field. A highlight of Burns' recent performances was Week 8 against the Eagles, where he racked up 5 sacks and 7 pressures. That game exemplifies what he can do when fully healthy. Despite an ankle injury in Week 6 of 2025, he's shown resilience, playing through pain and still racking up sacks, with 5 games this season where he's recorded more than 1 sack. His career numbers include 290 tackles, a 19% hurry rate, and a low yards after catch average of 3.4 yards per tackle, which speaks to his ability to not just get to the quarterback, but also to prevent YAC when tackles happen. Speaking of injuries, Burns did suffer an ankle sprain earlier this season but has bounced back well, showing that he's a tough, resilient player. His presence on the field would be a game changer for any defense, especially for the Packers, who are already strong up front but need that extra burst of speed and disruption to complement Rashan Gary. Gary, with a PFF grade of 87. 2 and 10 sacks this season is a dominant force, but pairing him with Burns would create an elite duo that offensive lines would struggle to handle. They would form a nightmare for quarterbacks, elevating Green Bay's pass rush to new heights, something the Packers have been craving all season long. Now, why are the Giants even considering this trade? Well, their defense, allowing nearly 28 points per game, has been a weak spot, and their cap issues make it hard to make big moves in free agency. They're also prioritizing extending Malik Neighbors, a young wide receiver which eats into their cap space. The trade for Burns in this context makes sense. They'd get a proven pass rusher in exchange for future assets, and that could help them stay competitive in the short term. But there's skepticism, too. Losing a leader like Burns could destabilize their front, which is already struggling. Still, ESPN's insider, Rossini, points out that the NFC rivalry element could make this deal more appealing. Divisional rivalries always add some spice to NFL trades. For the Packers, this potential acquisition could be transformative. Burns would instantly elevate their front 7, likely increasing their pressure rate by over 30%. Currently, Green Bay's pressure rate hovers around 38%, But with Burns added, projections suggest it could jump to around 68%. That's a massive boost, giving opposing quarterbacks less time and more difficulty making decisions. His presence could also lead to an increase of roughly 1.6 sacks per game, which would significantly reduce the quarterback rating of opponents, dropping it from around 90 to a more manageable 70. That's a huge difference when it comes to winning games and controlling the tempo. Looking at the matchup between Burns and Lucas Van Ness, the numbers are pretty telling. Burns has a +2.5 win rate per snap and an EPA per pass of roughly -0.14 when compared to Van Ness, suggesting that adding Burns would create a more disruptive, consistent pass rush. Van Ness has been solid, but Burns brings that extra level of experience, explosiveness, and proven production. The combination of these two edge rushers could be the key to unlocking the Packers' full defensive potential, especially in high-stakes playoff games. Additionally, this move would bolster the Packers' run defense, which has been somewhat vulnerable due to injuries in the backfield. Burns' ability to pressure the quarterback also translates into better run stopping, which is crucial in today's NFL, where mobile QBs like Justin Fields are becoming more and more prevalent. The defense's ability to generate turnovers would also see a boost, improving by around 20%, which in turn could give the offense more opportunities to score, especially with Watson deep down the field. This synergy between the defense and offense could be the missing piece that pushes Green Bay closer to Super Bowl contention. Speaking of the postseason, the odds are already shifting. According to PointsBet, as of December 2025, the Packers' Super Bowl odds have jumped from +2,500 to +1,400, with the rumors swirling around Burns. That's a significant increase, reflecting the belief that this trade could turn Green Bay into a true X-factor in the NFC playoff hunt. Burns' presence on the field would give the Packers a better shot against mobile quarterbacks like Justin Fields, echoing the success the Giants had with Burns in 2024. His ability to rush the passer and create chaos in the backfield could be the difference in tight playoff games where every possession counts. All in all, this move signals a shift in the Packers' defensive identity, a potential rebirth of Title Town as a fortress that no one wants to face. With Burns, the Packers could not only improve their chances of making a deep playoff run, but also send a message to the rest of the league that they're serious about competing for another Super Bowl. It's a bold move, no doubt, but one that could define the franchise's next era of dominance. Of course, as with any trade, there are risks. Losing Burns would create a hole, but if the Packers leverage their roster smartly and develop their young players like Van Ness, they could mitigate that loss. This move also signals to the rest of the league that Green Bay is all in, that they're not just happy to be playoff contenders but are looking to be champions. The NFL is a league of inches, and acquiring a player like Burns could be that crucial inch that makes all the difference. So, what do you think, Packers fans? Are you excited about the possibility of Burns donning the green and gold? Do you believe he's the missing piece that can finally push this team over the top? The potential is enormous, and with the right moves, the Packers could be on track for more than just a playoff appearance, could be heading back to the Super Bowl. Keep your eyes peeled because things are heating up, and this could be one of the most significant trades of the season. The road to another championship might just have one more piece, and it's looking more and more like Brian Burns could be that piece for Green Bay. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. Do you think Burns is the piece that finally unlocks the team's championship potential? Or do you see risks that might outweigh the benefits? Whatever you're thinking, let's get the conversation going. And remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. The journey to Super Bowl glory is far from over, and with this kind of move, it just might be getting a whole lot more interesting.